Ohio's #1 choice for news. Cleveland's own Fox 8 News starts now.
Back now to our top story, a sad and shocking one here, folks. A Cleveland radio legend has passed away.
Ray Davis, the program director at WTAM, announcing just a short time ago that Mike Trivisano died suddenly this afternoon.
This is WTAM program director Ray Davis. Very sad to say that Mike Trivisano passed away today at the age of 74. Our condolences go out to his wife, Tammy, his son Michael Anthony, and his daughter Michelle, and his stepson Colin. It's going to be a very difficult show today, and Carmen Angela is here with me, and Seth Williams. But very, very sad to pass along to you that Triv passed away today suddenly.
You can hear the program director there, Ray Davis from WTAM again. This just happening moments ago, folks. Triv was, of course, a frequent caller to Pete Franklin's sports talk show, known as Mr. Know-It-All, before launching his own broadcasting career in 1987. He eventually took over Franklin's old show on WTAM in 1994 before moving to his afternoon slot soon thereafter. He's being remembered as an everyday man who connected with Cleveland listeners while talking about sports, especially sports, but politics and everything else. Mike Trivisano, WTAM, telling us he was 74. Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with his family and everyone who knew or worked with Triv over the years. And you know he was the voice of Cleveland, a grizzled, seasoned, sometimes controversial, most times hilarious, and yet sincere. But again, we are all shocked to learn of the passing of Mike Trivisano this afternoon.
Wow. Well, after years of legislation, vetoes, and more legislation, you will finally get a chance to legally set off fireworks in your own backyard in Ohio.
Governor DeWine is expected to sign a measure that would allow you to buy and set off your own consumer fireworks to celebrate the 4th of July and other holidays. But as Fox 8's Roosevelt Leftwich explains, there are some limitations.
There is no real slow season when it comes to fireworks. Yes, the time around the 4th of July is the busiest, and January and February are not as busy, but there are a lot of occasions and holidays where people want to celebrate with lights in the sky. Governor DeWine has indicated that he will sign a reworked version of a bill that will make it easier for folks to use fireworks at specific times year-round.
Yeah, it's just great because it's finally some clarity. I mean, all the states surrounding us right now have gone legal.
American fireworks owner John Sorgai says Ohio House Bill 172, once it's signed, that starting on July 1st, 2022, it will be legal for people in Ohio to not only buy fireworks, but to use them for their own displays. These are consumer-grade fireworks like firecrackers, bottle rockets, and things that shoot fireballs in the air. The measure also bans non-professionals from owning and using commercial-grade fireworks like the ones used in the big outdoor displays. But you can't just shoot off consumer-grade fireworks all the time. It limits the days to around 20. Recognize holidays such as New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, Memorial Day, and an expanded period of time around the 4th of July, the days before and the weekends before and after that holiday, and Labor Day as well, just to name a few. It also allows for fireworks for cultural celebrations such as Lunar New Year, Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth, and Diwali. And it allows governments the flexibility to limit days where people can go boom. And Sorgai says he's really happy about the parts of the measure that help promote fireworks safety.
A tax on the actual transactions gets more money into the fire departments, and as long as they're using it the way it's supposed to, and that's what these laws do, is they put more pamphlets in people's hands, more materials, more training.
And that's the key to the whole thing, handling something that's explosive in the right way. Sorgai says the long road to changing Ohio's laws should give everyone, from sellers like himself, safety advocates, and consumers something of benefit, and to give everyone a clear path to light up the night.
It comes down to the user, using it safely, and like I said, the way they structure these laws all over the country now, it really does put a huge focus on safety.
In Hudson, Roosevelt Leftwich, Fox 8 News.
Rosie, thank you much. Again, don't go out buying a truckload of bottle rockets just yet.
That new law would not go into effect until July 1st of 2022. It gives municipalities and counties time to get ready for all of those changes. Just be safe when you're doing this. Be safe.
Take off to the great Northwest, a slowdown for two of the big three automakers, and why your coffee may soon taste different.
Elizabeth Rika joining us with those stories in today's edition of The Update. Hi, Liz.
As long as it still tastes good and wakes me up, that's all I care about. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but first we begin in Washington, where President Biden met with House Democrats this morning as part of a last-minute effort to get his party united on increased federal spending. The president said he reached what he calls a historic framework with Democrats on his $1.75 trillion plan. Democrats are still proposing expanded health care programs, free pre-K, and funds for tackling so-called climate change, but scrapped paid family leave as well as a billionaire's tax plan. Without Republican support on social spending, Democrats cannot afford to lose any of the 50 votes in the Senate. The president's trip to Capitol Hill came just hours before leaving on an international trip. A big announcement from Hopkins International Airport this morning. Starting in June, Alaska Airlines will offer daily direct flights to Seattle. Airport leaders say this should bring $100 million worth of economic impact to the area. And if you want to start planning your trip out west, you can buy your tickets now. Supply chain problems are costing General Motors and Ford as they deal with product delivery delays. The global computer chip shortage has particularly hurt the auto industry. Compared to last year's third quarter, GM's income fell 40%, and Ford's is 23% less than a year ago. Increased prices of vehicles have helped prevent losses from being worse. While car sales slow down, cigarette sales are on the rise. Data released by the Federal Trade Commission shows sales of cigarettes in 2020 were up close to $1 billion from the previous year. This is the first time annual cigarette sales have gone up in 20 years. The FTC does also note that there was an increase in cigarette advertising in 2020 as well. Could your coffee soon taste different? If so, researchers say so-called climate change is to blame. Researchers found two major factors linked to coffee quality: high altitude and limited sunlight. Beans grown at higher elevations prosper because of the cooler temperatures, something that might be hard to come by if the Earth continues to heat up, as some say. On the other hand, experts believe they can work around protecting crops from too much sun exposure. Lots of bad news when it comes to coffee. Not too long ago, we were telling people it was going to cost them more to buy their coffee, and now it might taste different.
I don't drink coffee.
Add more creamer. It just all tastes the same anyway.
Are you one of those people that has like half creamer, half coffee?
No, I like tasting it fresh, hot, black, delicious.
Yeah,
because you can really tell the distinctive flavors between the coffees. But the second you start adding more French vanilla and everything else, it all tastes the same.
That's what yours always smells like, though, French vanilla.
That's why I would not drink it, because I would have to load all of that in.
Right.
You don't like
Load
coffee,
it.
yeah. You're good. There's tea. There's no tea shortage
We'll
just
stick
yet,
with tea, so we're okay.
Thanks, Liz.
You're welcome.
For all the bad news.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Do you believe in signs from heaven, messages from friends and loved ones who have passed on?
I just had to go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It was truly a sign.
Tonight on Fox 8 News at 6, Northeast Ohioans share their incredible stories, messages, items, or wildlife even showing up in strange ways. Too personalized just to be a coincidence. Hear from the people convinced that these are signals from someone they love on the other side. Heavenly Messages, a Fox 8 News special report tonight at 6.
I can't wait to see that. I heard about that lady with the cardinal, and it is a wild story. It is something you can't miss.
You posted on Instagram recently, you put a cardigan on for your mother, and you found a Peppermint Patty wrapper in there. That moved me.
It was a sign from her. It was a sign from her, so that's why I'm really looking forward to this, because that just happened to me again.
Good story.
Beautiful thing. Well, southern states like North Carolina and Georgia are famous for their NASCAR history.
One place in Ohio is moving up fast and gaining on the pack. Coming up next, a one-tank trip that will really get your motor running.
Well, if the NBA season ended today, the Cavaliers would be in the playoffs. Okay, so we've only played 5 games, but the Cavs have won 3 in a row now. JT lets us know what's been working so well thus far. About 2 hours left of daylight, and it's still going to be dry, but after that, oh, look at that little bug there. All right. Well, hello. All right, so we do have rain on the way. We have a timeline for that, when it will be the heaviest, and if it could, that may affect the ball game or trick-or-treating. We'll find out in your 8-day forecast, so stick around.
Time now for the Fox8Jobs.com Career of the Day. The Care Alliance Health Center is hiring a vice president of nursing. For information on this job and other jobs in your neighborhood, log on to Fox8Jobs.com.
I'm Amanda Berry. I'm asking for your help in my personal mission to help police find missing people and bring them home safe and sound. This is Crystal Bogus. She is 29 and was last seen September 2nd. Crystal lives in Cleveland, but is known to hang out in Akron as well. She's 5'5" and weighs 213 pounds. If you've seen her, Cleveland police would love to hear from you. 216-623-3082. Thank you for all that you're doing to help. We're making a big difference together. I'm Amanda Berry, Fox 8 News.